Bushfires threaten homes as the country swelters through a dangerously hot pre-Christmas heatwave. Malcolm Turnbull tells Japan he is very disappointed by its resumption of Antarctic whaling. Concern that pester power is pushing guilty parents to spend too much money on their children this Christmas. A plea to overhaul pool fencing laws after a shocking 30% rise in drownings last summer. And France cracks down on ultra-thin models, forcing them to get a doctor's note to work.
This is 10 Eyewitness News, first at 5, with Amanda Jason.
First tonight, southeastern parts of the country are battling through a dangerously hot weekend. Fire crews in Victoria have fought several bushfires, including one suspicious blaze, as the mercury soared above 40 degrees, and a man has since been arrested. In South Australia, dozens have been hospitalised for heat stress, and everyone is now waiting for the cool change. Caroline Morano has the story. Malcolm Turnbull has wrapped up his one-day trip to Japan, promising closer economic and military ties. But his diplomacy skills were tested when it came to whaling. Catalina Flores has the story. And back here at home, there's been some controversy involving a well-known fashion magazine. This picture of supermodel Miranda Kerr has caused Coles to pull thousands of copies of Harper's Bazaar from its shelves. The nude front cover of the January-February edition has been deemed inappropriate by the supermarket giant after it received complaints from its customers. Kerr's management has accused Coles of using the shot as a publicity stunt. Stay with us. Still to come, a Gold Coast mother and baby reunited after the child was found alone at a local church. Also, what's moved Mother Teresa a step closer to becoming a saint? Rubbing it in, British expats and tourists head to a Western Australian beach to send a Merry Christmas back home on live TV. And so much royal cuteness on the front of Prince William's official holiday card. A baby girl who police initially feared had been abandoned outside a Gold Coast church is now back with her family. The toddler was discovered by passers-by alone near a busy road wearing only a nappy. Her mother was located a short time later, and after a chat with police, she was reunited with her daughter. No charges have been laid. It is a year today since the anguished cries of family members filled a Cairns street as they learned of the deaths of 8 innocent children. The tropical North Queensland community has come together for remembrance services across the weekend. Pippa Sheehan is in Cairns. And tell us, Pippa, how is the community doing up there?
Now, Amanda, there will be a series of special ceremonies held here. There have been marquees set up in the park specifically so that people can remember in those ceremonies tomorrow. There'll be 8 frangipani trees planted in the site where the house once stood, and it'll be a difficult weekend, understandably, but one that is very important to the far northern community.
Tragic times. Thank you, Pippa. Mother Teresa is on her way to sainthood after Pope Francis approved a second miracle. This time it involved the healing of a Brazilian man who suffered from brain tumours. The Roman Catholic nun was beatified in 2003, the crucial step towards sainthood. She's now expected to be canonised in Rome late next year. Mother Teresa died in 1997, aged 87. Christmas has come early in Peru after nearly 2 tonnes of illegal fireworks accidentally exploded. The fireworks destined for festive celebrations had been confiscated and stockpiled and apparently set off by a spark. It ignited a flurry of thunderous cracks, sending dozens of people bolting to safety. Stay with us. Still to come, we'll update all the day's top stories. Plus, just how much cybercrime is costing Australians. And walking in their shoes, Army cadets arrive in Brisbane after retracing the steps of World War I recruits. Tonight's top stories. It's been dangerously hot in South Australia and Victoria, with both states recording temperatures above 40 degrees. Dozens have been hospitalised for heat stress, while firefighters have battled several blazes. Whaling was the hot topic as Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull met with his Japanese counterpart in Tokyo. Mr Turnbull expressed Australia's deep disappointment at Japan's decision to resume its program in the Southern Ocean. And parents are being warned not to buy the mermaid tail pool toy this Christmas due to serious drowning risks. Well, it is time for sport now with Adam Hawes, and Usman Khawaja says he's ready for a test recall.
Yes, he wants to play in that Boxing Day test, Amanda. Yeah, Khawaja has vowed to go flat out for the Thunder in tomorrow's Big Bash clash to prove he's fully fit. We'll hear from him next. We'll have all your Big Bash news, including the howler that forced the umpires to apologise to the strikers. Also, the sisterly shootout for a spot on our Olympics team. And a barrel of fun for Kelly Slater as he tries out the world's best man-made wave. Good evening, world. We're about to see one of the most explosive opening combinations in Big Bash history when the Brisbane Heat host the Melbourne Renegades. 10 commentator Damien Fleming is at the Gabba. Flem, Chris Gale joins Aaron Finch at the top of the order for the Renegades. This could be a lot of fun. Play of the day, and they're calling it the world's best man-made wave, and it's the work of King Kelly Slater. A decade in the making, the 11-time world champ unveiled his perfect barrelling wave. Anyway, it still deserves a perfect 10 and our play of the day. We've got to find that wave, Amanda.
It is certainly the perfect wave. Thanks, Adam. Well, coming up next, Melinda Nusafora will have all of your weather details. Joining us now for an update on all the weather details is Melinda Nusafora. Melinda?
Thanks, Amanda. And that package just before us gives us an indication as to what the big weather story was today. The scorching heat once again dominated the headlines. Adelaide broke its record for the longest running December heatwave with a top of 43, and bushfire warnings remain in place across South Australia, Victoria, Tasmania and New South Wales. OK, onto the satellite chart, and we can see patchy cloud is streaming over South Australia and Western Australia as a trough moves east, triggering showers and storms. And on our synoptic chart, you can see tomorrow a very welcome cool change will move over Victoria and Tasmania, while a deep trough will generate widespread showers and storms over South Australia, Victoria and Tasmania. Around the national capitals tomorrow, possible showers and 28 in Brisbane, strong winds and 30 in Sydney. Still hot for you in Melbourne with the chance of a thunderstorm in the afternoon. And finally, a cool change in Adelaide with the chance of a morning shower and afternoon storm. Amanda.
Thank you, Melinda. That is 10 Eyewitness News for tonight. I'm Amanda Jason. Thanks for your company. Good night.